Positive energy and attracting the life you desire. It's your birthright. We're coming through with another live for you guys. Take it how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, share the video out. Run the video up. Get this message out. Good morning. Happy Monday. What's up, y'all? What's up, Cool Moon Breeze?
Cool Breeze.
Shout out to you guys.
Everyone, good morning. Grand Rising. Feeling good in my spirit this morning. And if you feel bad, I suggest you keep going. You gotta keep going. Hey, y'all. Look, so the morning download is brief. Real simple. Spirit says it's about a matter of respect. So that's one thing that you never give up on. Your respect. Like, be big on that. Because you're gonna need it. Self-respect. Respect from others, right? Always guard that. You're gonna need that. It's a matter of respect, right? Nobody has to tolerate disrespect, right? And tolerating disrespect don't mean always challenging or becoming aggressive. You know, sometimes it's just a matter of letting somebody know, like, you know, I'm not gonna be disrespected in that way. So we're gonna have to come to some type of, you know, it's a matter of respect. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Because everything okay now. What you say? How you say? I got God. And how that verse go?
What
you say? I got the wind in the back of my feet. How I said everything okay now.
Life's your own little playground.
Life your own little playground.
Down the slide and back to your feet.
Down the slide and back to your feet.
You know?
I like that.
I was thinking about, you know, the Crawford win. Team Bud over here, right? And I was thinking about how, you know, Bud has been boxing since he was 7 years old. And, you know, if he waited on the world to give him an opportunity, he would never have opportunity. But what Bud understood is divine timing and divine guidance.
Yeah.
See, he knew that, you know, when you are great, a lot of times people are intimidated, so they don't want to give you an opportunity. They don't want to give you a shot. And that's why we have to be reminded this morning. God says, don't think that your opportunities, your shot, your once in a lifetime thing, it doesn't come from man. It comes from God, and it's divine timing. And you could be thinking like, I'm never gonna get there, but you got to remember Bud Crawford in that moment when he was 7 years old, and he's been fighting. He's like, they're almost 40 years old, so he's been building himself this entire time for this one opportunity that could come from nobody but the Most High, right? So I don't know if someone's waiting on an opportunity from a person, but remember that your opportunities come from divinity. God already wrote out the plan, right? Everything has already been agreed upon. It was touched and agreed when you were born. It was predestined. These things are meant for you to happen. The challenges, if you can't deal with them by now, you're gonna have to find another way, right? Because the challenges will come, the obstacles will come, the doubt comes, all of those things come, but you have to remember what the promise is.
And also speaking about Bud, I want to mention Canelo Alvarez too,
oh man,
because the way that he took his loss, it speaks volumes.
Character.
One thing he had is respect for his opponent, right? And that's it's something to be said about that. Like, you don't gotta despise everything you ever lost against. Like, sometimes when you reflect back, look at it as being, that was the greater thing. I was the lesser person. Cause sometimes we take L's, and the thing that we lose to, we look back and we don't like them. We got bad things to say about them. Sometimes a loss is just a loss. Like, like I really do appreciate the way Mexican Slim took his L. Like, he gave Bud the opportunity. When he took the L, he was like, he got everything. He said the reason why I lost to Bud Crawford is because he has everything.
What I really respect as well about Canelo Alvarez, it was very respectful that, him being such a great fighter, he also understood that he was going into the ring with a good fighter, and he never doubted the opponent. He never went in there thinking that, I am the greatest, I can't be defeated. He went in there knowing that he was fighting someone with the same capabilities and qualities as himself, and I think that goes a long way. Sometimes I feel like we get into the ring with different spirits, different people, and we don't understand that they have the same strength or maybe even more as us, right?
That's right.
So it's very important, to know when we're stepping into rings with things, what we are approaching, right? So let's see. We got freedom coming out for you. I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. Okay, someone could be doing some shadow work here. You could be freeing yourself from some negative thoughts. You could be freeing yourself from doubt and resentment, guilt. Working very hard to really overcome negativity. There's someone in maybe you're tired of speaking negative over your life, because a lot of us have learned that, the tongue is life, and, it speaks life and death, but there's someone, and, maybe you could be really realizing when you speak negatively how it does cause small deaths in your life, right? Small pieces of you to pass away, right? When you doubt yourself, right? When we hold resentment for others, when we feel guilty about things that are not our fault, right? So I don't know, something about being free here, okay? There could be someone getting out of a situation that made them feel trapped, a situation that made them feel like they couldn't be themselves, okay? You ever had to be in a situation where you had to hide your personality because your personality was just too much? It was like you had to tone your personality down. That can be very hard, trying to tone down a personality, because that is who you are. So I feel like someone's free. You're able to be who you are, okay? I feel like someone's creating an environment where, negativity is not allowed anymore. Mm-hmm. And I love this for you.
Definitely in alignment, right? this 3-card spread is definitely about freedom. First of all, we got a powerful high priestess out here, right? This high priestess is being justified by the spirit card, right? So this is a powerful energy. And this high priestess to the 5 of Pentacles, I keep picking this card. I literally pick the 5 of Pentacles, and every time I pick it, I hear the off-grid community, right? So I'm getting 2 readings with this 5 of Pentacles to the barrier. This is either you in isolation or somebody homeless, right? I'm talking about without a home, right? Somebody living maybe a nomadic life. And if you're not living a nomadic life and you this high priestess with the spirit, you're definitely in isolation because you have barrier, right? So this 5 of Pentacles could easily be you in a mode of isolation where you just got boundaries up. You got barriers, right? And the King of Coins to the commitment, like, I just want to applaud somebody because whether you be homeless or whether you be in isolation, this King of Coins to the commitment, it shows somebody who's definitely able to hunker down and stick to the script. Like this King of Coins is a masculine, very assertive kind of energy. And with the commitment, that's like on my good days and my bad days, on my on and my off days, right? So somebody hitting. And it's encouraging, like Lala was saying, freedom. Sometimes people find freedom when they do live homeless, or they find freedom when they go into isolation. It brings a certain amount of freedom, but the only thing about it is you can't obtain that freedom and then you want the luxuries back that bound you. Like, it kind of reminds me of the story when I think you told it when God freed the people and he gave them manna to eat, right? And then they didn't want the manna no more.
They wanted quail.
They wanted quail. They wanted like, you know, they got their freedom, but it came with manna. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't come with the best food, but it was freedom. And that's how somebody's freedom could be. It may not be the best food, but it's freedom, right? Because those people in this story, they wanted to eat quail. They wanted to eat meat. They didn't want the manna no more. So God said, all right, I'm going to let you have the meat, but I'm going to let you have all the disease and all the pestilence and everything that comes along with eating the meat. You can have that. So with that being said, you got to make a decision. Like, your freedom could come with the manna, meaning hard times, meaning things that, you know, you
I have the bison here with abundance, and then we have goodness. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. And it's crazy because this says, fill my life with goodness, and then we have goodness here. You know, maybe someone doesn't understand what true goodness is. You know, I speak about this a lot. Like, you know, imagine thinking that money is goodness, right? And, you know, you get a bunch of money and you're still not happy. Well, what is goodness, right? Something like that. What is abundance to you? I've been asking this question a lot. What is true abundance to you? You know, for me, it's the things, the intangible things that money cannot buy, right? Like my peace, my happiness, right? My freedom, okay? Something like that. Being able to be authentically me, right? It says, I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others, okay? So, you know, this is a person that you don't match energy. I don't care how negative a person is. There's someone and you refuse to allow yourself to vibrate that low. You understand when you're that low, you can't attract anything but dirt and dust and debris, right? So there's someone, and I feel like you are just vibrating on a higher level. And it's like, you know, you either get on my level or you get swept up with this dustpan, right? Because that's the only thing that lingers around on the floor is dust and dirt, right? Something like that, okay? I feel like someone's just vibrating a lot higher. You're understanding that, you know, a positive vibration brings back a positive vibration, you know? like attracts like, something like that. The law of the universe could be very important for you. The law of manifestation, okay? Someone is understanding that you can't attract goodness with a negative attitude, right? It's like, how can you go out there like, you know, divine masculine, thinking you're looking for, you know, this wholesome, beautiful woman of your dreams, but you know, you look scary, you look mean, you look intimidating, you don't smile, you don't, you know, when people speak to you, you don't open your mouth, right? Those kind of things.
That's real.
Right? Or divine feminine. How is it that you looking for your divine masculine, but anytime somebody wants to speak, you think they about to, you know, try to jump in your bed, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we get crazy. Like, you know, be open to receiving compliments and be open to receiving good conversation. Some of you guys reject good conversation because things are so over sexualized in your life that you don't know how to communicate with adults without thinking about sex, right? Something like that.
I've been pulling this Empress card a lot lately. So we have the Empress to the past life. It's a powerful feminine energy. I mean, the High Priestess came out first. Now we got the Empress to the past life. So what I'm saying with this, and this is a big Libra energy type of reading. Empress is Libra energy. And the Empress is being followed by the Knave of Swords and the Five of Swords. So I'm going to get into it real quick. With this Empress in the past life, definitely somebody tapping into your Akashic records. There's definitely been a timeline shift in somebody's energy. I don't know if you understand what that means. A lot of people don't really know what it means. But when you redefine yourself in your life, you move into a newer version of you. It's a version of you that already exists. You just move into it, right? You move into it. You move out of your old self. So a lot of things from past life, they come to you. You know them. You have a knowingness of things. The Empress knows the room. So you know things. With the Knave of Swords to the intense being clarified by intense, this shows like a powerful contemplation. And with you having the Knave of Swords being followed by the Five of Swords, I just want to, and then it says link. So I'm going to just give you advice, Empress. Even though it's confusion going on and you got your sword drawn and you may be contemplating getting in it, stay out of it. Meaning like, this wouldn't be a time to address rumors. Like, because this Knave of Swords to the intense, it shows you kind of like wanting to go, wanting to say something, wanting to kind of, you know, maybe even become involved in something. And this Five of Swords to the link, that's confusion around. My advice, just a little bit of wisdom, I wouldn't go toward any Five of Swords energy, right? It's like, what can you do? You have a sword drawn with this Knave of Swords, which means you already type way on the defense. So trying to talk when you on the defense, going toward confusion when you already on the defense, it's not going to turn out good. Even though your mind may want it, if you go toward it, you're going to add fuel to the fire. So I would say let the confusion sit where it may. And be happy with the results of your own actions. Empress, that's the footnote.
I got balance in the Wolf Pathfinder. You could be finding your path, your way, okay? Something like that. Gotta find my way back, way back to you. What's his name? Jaheim could be significant here, okay? We got the Wolf Pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. Someone's like, what? Yeah. I'm going to keep saying it until someone gets it. Release your past and start a new journey. You know, I was speaking about last night. How can you live in the past and get a blessing? Blessings come in the present, right? So it's like, you know, how can we live in the past and expect a present blessing? It doesn't add up, right? Something like that. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. But remember, in order to be a teacher and to help people find their way, you have to find your own way, you know, because sometimes people want to go and lead people when they're lost, right? And what we're teaching over here is that, you know, the teacher has to also be led, right? So the teacher needs a teacher. That means we need spiritual authority. We need something greater than us that gives us some kind of authority to move out here, something like that. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Okay? Love. So I know that sometimes we want to get mad, right? When people try to play on your top, I ain't gonna lie, it makes me angry. And I was one of those people that, like, when somebody makes me mad, I like to go with I used to be like to be low. So if you come at me with some bull crap, then I'm gonna hit you where it hurts, right? And so I had to pull myself out of those kind of ways, because I could still kind of go there, be a little petty. So I be trying to, like, really make sure that I pay attention to these things, right? And you have a love that endures. What happens is, if you don't allow yourself to be immersed in love, and you allow negativity to take over, your negativity is a different kind. You got to remember, you coming from a divine source. God is justice and judgment. When things have to be done, it's a wrath. It's warfare. It's things getting moved around, right? Something like that. So remember to love. Love is very important. I find balance between each sphere of my life. I am the master of my daily life. I take time to nourish the spiritual and physical. I bring love to the world by fulfilling the needs of my body and soul, right? That means your purpose, not your desires. It says my needs, that's purpose. Our desires are sexual, right? But your needs are what you're here for. Something about, fulfilling the needs of your mind, body, and soul. That means someone's living in their purpose, okay? Something like that. You're finding your way. You're a pathfinder. We got the wolf.
We got the Queen of Swords to the King of Swords in reverse, to the Chariot in reverse. Again, this is big Libra, Aquarius kind of energy, air sign energy. The Queen of Swords is being justified by Allure. It says, consider the situation carefully. So somebody's on the defense, right? Look at this Queen of Swords. Right? The King of Swords in reverse to the Maze is definitely, this could be like a Libra on Libra type of conflict, Aquarius on air sign. But somebody in this King of Swords in reverse is malicious, plotting, harsh, severe, ruthless, full of manipulation, which is why the Maze is justifying the card. Somebody that throws a lot of deception. And with this Queen of Swords upright, you can easily be defending yourself against somebody trying to tell you something that is definitely not on point, right? This is also a person that likes to create situations, right? Somebody who manipulates by casting situations, like, I don't know. And then it got the Chariot in reverse, unsuccessful, defeat, loss at the last minute, negativity, confusion, and then it's challenge. And I mean, first of all, it's an imbalance with the Chariot in reverse. So there's the challenge right there. Somebody's energy is imbalanced, right? And I'm feeling like maybe this King of Swords energy always has a way of persuading you. Like, this definitely feels like a masculine persuading a woman to be in a certain situation, right? And I feel like it's a challenge to you. If I be honest, I feel like it creates an imbalance when this person comes. Maybe this is somebody who, maybe you do well away from them, and then when they call you, you feel your world spiral, right? And this could be challenging for you, right? I don't know, I'm gonna leave you with the footnote. Consider the situation carefully. Because I don't want to go into nobody's business and give out no advice like that, but just consider the situation carefully, right? Like me, myself, the King of Swords in reverse is a person that I'm trying to get away from. And if I'm ever in the King of Swords energy, I'm trying to fix myself.
Joy, are you here? Joy to the front of the class. Joy, were you in class, clown? Somebody's name is Joy here. Like a child, I discovered joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. Okay? So did you hear that? The magical things lie in things that are not material. Someone needs to really understand this. I really hope this helps someone, because someone keeps judging themselves off of material when your spiritual gifts are way more it's more valuable than gold, silver, dollars. Like, someone needs to know this, and I know this to be true because we have the dragonfly showing up for you with magic. Okay? And it says, I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. Okay? Maybe someone can't see the blessing in a situation, and God is really wanting someone to find some kind of joy, some kind of happiness, some kind of something here. Okay? The goodness in a situation is Monday. Like, let's not start the week off like we did last week. Last week knows nothing about today. Yesterday doesn't know anything about right now. Someone needs to make a decision to let something go. You know, a lot of times what happens is we get into these feelings, these emotions, these energies, and we get stuck, right? We get so stuck, we get so mad that we get stuck, and we want to get out of this place, but we can't get out because we've driven ourselves all the way down, right? So it's time today. It's Monday, right? I don't care what happened 2 weeks ago, 2 minutes ago. It's time for someone to make a decision that right now things change for me. Right now, I find the joy in even the shit that is bothering me, even the things that are pressing down on me, even the illness that the doctor is trying to claim I have, because someone's like going through something that could be really pressing down on you. But someone needs to know that the doctor can say whatever, but God has the final say so. Right? Sometimes we have to hear things that touch our spirit so that we can wake up. You ever had to been touched in your spirit? Somebody ever had to say something so deep to you that it resonates so deeply that you had to change a thing because it really made you look at yourself when you felt that wound, you know, that painful truth? Something like that. Okay? It's time for us to really be grateful and see the goodness in things. You know, evil wants us to focus on negativity, what we don't have, why the world is bad, why we shouldn't trust people, right? So much so that we never focus on anything positive. Like, there are good people, you know. I can change. Life is beautiful. I enjoy the weather when I get it. I'm happy to see the sun, you know. Some people wish they could see the sun today, but you know, they're laying on life support and they'll never be able to see the sun again. But we take those little small things for granted.
Authentic, you just jumped on here and said that my father was raw. You know what? I'm sitting here in my intuition saying this is somebody's father, right here. In my ancestral readings, the emperor is always somebody's father or somebody's grandfather, right? And this has time. So this is definitely a figure that is not here no more, right? This is like an ancestor. I feel like it's somebody's father. Right, and that's what I was gonna say, and I feel like this is an energy that is quite possibly like setting a certain type of table for you. I feel like you being guided by this energy, right? Like, and it says let time forget those scars. Like, this is definitely an energy that's assisting you. It's some type of ancestral father figure, and then you have Knight of Cups being justified by yes. This is telling you to trust in your intuition. Look, it says trust your intuition. The Knight of Cups it's a very valiant energy, right? It says romantic, sensitive, indolent, graceful, poetic, vain, moody, idealistic, right? So it's a lot going on in the mind, in the intuition. I feel like the Knight of Cups it's a steady knight. Of all the knights, it's the most valiant knight. Like, you know, I will put my faith in the Knight of Cups every time. Right? He's not moving slow as the Knight of Pentacles. That's slow moving. Moving steady. right?
And he coming in with love.
He coming with love, exactly, right. That's his portion. The Knight of Cups brings love, right? So yes, if this is you. And then it says, Six of Swords to the Twin Flame. If I be honest, I feel like this Emperor got something to do with this Six of Swords to the Twin Flame. You know how I had a reading. I mean, we had a session one time, and I was explaining to people that a lot of times your ancestors decide who they want you to be with.
It's kind of like when you know how the prearranged marriages back in the
Right,
day.
exactly.
Like,
They'll spot a soul like yours.
The prearranged marriages.
And what they begin to do is you go through a series of vicissitudes on this realm, and then you end up with your twin flame, right? A lot of time when you can work with them, because that's what they do. Like, you know how you got people in your life that don't supposed to be there, them relationships that fail, a lot of that be the ancestors throwing all kind of monkey wrenches in it, because they be like, oh nah,
your blood
like,
don't match. You know, some of us, we don't understand. Your DNA don't go with
it don't
everybody's.
coincide.
It doesn't match with everybody's. Like, you know, your blood, your DNA, your makeup does not resonate with everybody. So, you know, it's very important that we, you know, we weren't taught these things to like really protect our bloodline in a way so deep that we got to understand our blood does not match everybody's.
Right.
Right. Our DNA is something different. It can't be. That's why it's very important, you know, sexual entanglements and things. You know, when we're exchanging fluids and spiritual energies and different things, it's very important to understand it's that deep.
You know, and it's crazy because when you in a relationship with somebody that your ancestors don't approve of, honestly, it be no good peace. It be no good thing. It be like, you know, it be like, and then it's crazy because
never going back, never.
It's
going
like
back.
the heart wants what the heart wants, right? So you sitting there like, why can't this work? And your ancestors in the background like, because this gonna cost you down the line, right? Or like, think about it. Think about your ancestors as being this, because this is really what it is. Think about, you got a person, but inside they a slime ball, but you don't see it because they fooling you, right? Well, your ancestors see it. Every time they do something slime ballish, your ancestors be taking notes, right? So what they do, they send a rift of chaotic events into your life.
That's real.
To where as though it's to show you.
You know, it's so real that we can even take it to the book, right? Go to Samson, right? Samson was he was married to a Philistine woman, right? But the bloodlines didn't mix. The Israelites and the Philistines, the bloodlines did not mix. So what happened is that marriage caused chaos between both bloodlines because it was something that was not meant to be. It was actually meant to be to cause destruction. You know, actually, you know, God properly aligned that so he could wipe the Philistines out, right? But naturally, they did not go together, right?
That's real. Sometimes it's just like that. Some people, you just don't.
Got one more. Okay, let's see. We got the Ram coming out with perseverance, and we got the voice of the heart. I silence the fear in me and discover the voice in my heart. The fruit of these words guide me. I trust the songs of my soul. My intuition leads me to the path of light. Okay, that's just really believing in self, really believing in divine guidance, divine order. Because someone really doesn't believe in divine order. Someone thinks that like, okay, well, someone's like, oh, if God is real, you know, why does bad things happen? Someone doesn't understand divine order. It's all a part of the order. Everything works for good for those who believe, right? So it's part of divine order here. Someone may not understand what true divine order is. Something like that. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up. Good luck will follow. Now, you know, I don't believe in good luck, but what I will tell you is that when you keep a positive mindset, when you continue to persevere, God shows up for you and miraculous things begin to happen. I don't know about luck, but I can tell you about miracles, okay? I can tell you about a miracle from heaven, right? Something like that. You know, maybe someone's waiting on luck. Someone's like, oh, I wish I hit the lottery. I wish I get this. I wish I was lucky, right? But fail to realize the miraculous things that are happening all around you, like how you're being saved while everybody else is falling off, right? You know, because some of you, there's someone in our energy, and death is all around you. It's like all around you, and it keeps skipping you. But someone can't see that as a blessing. Someone can't see that while everything around me is dying, I am living, I am growing, right? Something about that. The Ram is here with perseverance.
Seven of Pentacles to the connection, Chariot to the feelings, right? Seven of Pentacles to the connection, it shows an investment. What are you investing in? What are you connected to, right? It's definitely out here. It says, look back on what you have achieved and set new goals. So maybe somebody you need to
What Rio say? Set a goal. It's achievable.
Set a goal you want to reach.
It's achievable,
right? I mean, like, what I'm saying is basically, I feel like maybe somebody you need to revise your strategy. You could even need to restart. I don't know, right? Planning, progress, perseverance, diligence, reflection, necessity, and remembering, right? Then we have Chariot to the feelings, right? So I like that. I mean, this shows somebody coming together. You know, you bringing your feelings together. You're not being overran by low vibing emotions. Like, you know, when the Chariot is in reverse to the feelings, I know somebody all over the place. But when I see the Chariot upright to the feelings, I feel like somebody you're balancing your light, you're balancing your darkness. It says take time to explore the deep emotions that you are experiencing. And I feel like somebody, you walking yourself through that. Now, I'm going to say this before I tap out. Just because life is getting better, it doesn't mean that everything feel like it's going well or in your favor. Like High Priestess said, to the person that's surrounded by all sorts of demise and death and destruction, but it's not touching you, but you could still be having hard times and you still could be having money problems, right? But if you allow that to be your main focus, you missing the blessing. You being preserved from the death that's around you. So sometimes in the spirit, that's a tight situation, whereas though sometimes God tuck us away to shelter us from the storms abroad, right? So when you tucked away in your little bubble and things, resources is meager and things may be a little bit hard for you, delight in being grateful for life. If you can't find nothing else to be grateful for, I guarantee you, if you become grateful for life, right? And somebody, you know about it. I mean, you got the Chariot to your feelings, so kind of like preaching to the choir. You understand what it means to go through hard times, but still maintain a sense of gratitude.
I believe that because we got energy healing for your last card and Ladybug.
Hey,
good
Leggy.
luck. You know, I was going to say Papa Legbug could be very significant. It's Monday,
through,
right?
Yeah.
Black and red could be very significant. It's Monday, okay? Somebody could have their lekkes on, okay? Someone could be making an offering, something like that. But we got energy healing and good luck, Ladybug. Now, you know, I don't believe in luck, but miraculous things. And I feel like God is really wanting me to let somebody know that it's miraculous how you have been able to heal your energy. See, there were things that came towards you that were supposed to take you out. They weren't supposed to just hit you. They were meant to like take you out. You know what I'm saying? But there's someone and those things never took you out. So there's something that to be thankful for. Energy healing your energy, restoring your soul, restoring your mind, something like that. We got the Ladybug showing up for you. Okay, it says you are a bright energy. Let go of worry and be happy here and now. Remember I spoke about earlier, how can we expect a blessing right now if we still live in the past or if we're looking to get to tomorrow? You can't enjoy the blessing in the moment. And someone's not catching the blessing in the moment, okay? Feel good about being a loving, colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. Now, I don't know if you have colorful hair, you like to wear very bright neon looking clothes or whatever it is, but your energy is just very bright and attractive, okay? You could dress really like different. I'm seeing someone, I don't know, you dress different. Like you just don't dress like everybody else. Maybe you get a lot of stares when you go out, very bright. Maybe you could do different heavy makeups, different little looks. I'm seeing someone's very creative, very unique, okay? I would say keep pressing forward, you know, with the ladybug here, and good luck, energy healing. You know, someone needs to be thankful for healing today. You know, maybe you woke up in a mood, because I did. My son was geeking. He was tripping. You know, I felt like my son wasn't showing appreciation this morning. So I woke up and I wasn't in the best energy, because I needed to get in an energy where he could get on my level. I could get on his level and he could understand what I was saying to him was real. It was raw. I felt how I felt. And this is what I mean. Right? So I don't know, there's someone, and you know, understand that your energy is healing. Okay? You're learning to heal others, right? You could be having difficult conversations, but life is getting better. Okay?
Before I go, I just want to say, before we go, I want to say, sometimes the blessing is the very thing that you overlook, right? And the biggest thing that we overlook is self. Sometimes you are the blessing. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean before I go. When you're a scriber and you live in your life, right, you are living your life as a beacon of light. So it's people out here in the world, and you don't know what they're going through, but they looking for something. They looking for something real, right? You got people with money, they looking for it. You got people that don't have money, they looking for it. And they don't know what they looking for. But what they looking for actually is the light that you carry, that you so take for granted. The very light that emanates from you. That's why I'm always encouraging people, go out in nature, go out in public, go outside.
Meet people,
don't
talk.
Because what's inside of you is looking to connect.
It's needed.
Seven of Pentacles to the connection. I get it now. Like it's something that emanates from you, and it's for other people.
That's right.
But if you so busy feeling low down on yourself, right, you can't be the blessing.
That's right.
And sometimes that's how you get your blessing.
Come on now.
Being the blessing.
Right. You just got to be in the right spot.
Get your blessing, being the blessing. Like, do you know how many people, when you got that light up on you and you moving in it, you got people that can look at you and assess your need, and they'll give to your need.
Because God moves the heart.
Not because you asked them. It's because what's emanating from you, it moves accordingly. It moves the hearts of people. It moves the minds of people. But if you in this low self-esteem trapped in, tucked away kind of energy, you never letting the sun touch, you never touching with the ground, you never lighting it. It's like having a candle inside that you never struck a match to. You gotta strike a match to yourself. Set yourself on fire, so to speak, spiritually. And when you do it, let your light go. Go out, get out. If you need, whatever you need, it's out there. And it'll come to you the minute you begin to attract it. Not when you chase it. Not when you sob about it. Not when you ask God, why me?
Why me? That was my famous one.
Yo, that's the most, that's crazy word.
Why is everything happening
you know to me? You know what the ancestors do? I feel leggy.
I used to do that shit all the time.
I definitely feel leggy, because leggy is very funny acting and tricky, right? And he likes to offer. And he says, like, when you say why me to God, the ancestors be like, oh man, here they go again. Man, I know. Because it's when you got that attitude of God, why me?
That used to be me all day.
You in such weakness, right? That's such a weakened state that even your ancestors is sour about that.
Because most of the time when we're in that state, it's some shit we caused anyway. Right? We don't put ourselves in a situation that we can't get out of, and now we sit up here crying like damn babies talking about God, why me? Because you put yourself there. That's what God told me.
I'm
daughter.
saying a bunch of old feminists on the yamas. Somebody like, why me? They're like, girl, go ahead, get girl, don't get up and brush yourself off and and move how you supposed to move.
That's
out
right.
here,
Why not
right?
you? Right.
That's
That's
it.
real.
That's when they can
Like,
come in. That's
you
when
know,
you can. That's when you can.
when you
get
start
to it.
having an attitude like that, some shit don't even want to come near you because it's like it ain't even gonna get you down. So it's like that energy don't even want to come around you because like why not me? Shit, I deserve this too.
I see the
You know what
demons
I'm saying?
in
the demons like don't even want to mess
not
with
them,
you.
Not them.
Yeah,
not
you
them.
too. That's too much
They
accountability.
will too. They got too much resolve.
That's
and
too
they
much
will.
pressure on a
yeah,
demon.
don't deal. I don't want to deal with them.
Right.
Right. They gonna pass you right by. Right.
We love you guys so much. If you would like to contribute to our channel, all of our information is on the page. If you enjoyed the message, we would ask that you join our soul tribe, our family, where we do this every day. We touch the lives of people. We let people touch our lives, and we just, you know, trying to build a community of people that come together, you know, in a oneness of just love.
We're trying to put together
these Zoom classes,
meetings.
right?
So we need we trying to get 7 people that's willing to connect at least once or twice a week on Zoom, right? Just to chop it up. Whereas though it's a teach each other session. It's like, you know, something that you can take serious and you can learn from. Everybody can be in a meeting together and it be, you know, I mean, something that you can build and grow from.
That's right. We elemental beings. We love you guys so much. Until next time, thank you for joining our channel.